What were you doing before real estate, and how'd you know it was time for a change?
So I actually had my own business from home. I was doing personalized wooden signs right from my basement. It all started with a Cricut because when I like doing little crafts with my kids and
Yeah.
just things around the house. And then from there, I got a bigger machine, which was it was a Glowforge, but it was a laser cutter. And then I started doing, personalized signs, little wooden things.
Mm.
It was nice, but it just felt lonely just because it was just me and my house and just messaging people through, Etsy. But I guess after a while, I just wanted something different just because I like talking to people. And I was just not doing that with Etsy. So
Yeah.
decided to take a change. One day, I told my husband that I was going to take my real estate license just because I always liked looking at houses, anyways. And one thing led to another. I went to do the classes and just, I've been here.
So going from being in your basement
Yeah.
doing crafts, what drew you into real estate specifically versus other
Yeah.
things?
I guess HGTV, maybe one of those selling shows.
Yeah.
Well, from there, but no, I always liked anything that had to do with houses.
Mm.
And I would always find myself going to open houses on the weekend with my husband. And just because we weren't looking for a house, I just liked looking at houses too. And then I guess just when the idea popped up, I was like, well, I like houses. I like helping people. I like doing things for people. So why not just get my license done?
How did your friends or family react when you said, I'm going to try and be a realtor?
Ooh. So I was doing well with the business I had. But because I wasn't happy with that and I had to give that up to go and do something that doesn't really pay you as often, and it's a lot of work, but it's fun, it's good. I like it. I like helping people and everything. It's just when I told family, mostly my family, they truly really understand how much everything took and how much time it was going to take for me to make it, I guess, to any point or get a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't like the idea at all at the beginning. Now they like it, but at the beginning they thought that maybe I should have gotten.
Once they see you bringing in the dollars, then they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
and that was
okay.
different. That was a different thing, yeah. But no, when I started, I didn't have anything for a while, and I was working really hard, and I guess they just didn't understand how the whole thing worked, and they were like, why did you give up a business that you had that was making you money monthly to something that wasn't? So that was a little bit of a struggle at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of fast forwarding a little bit, I know you came from another office.
Yeah.
And that was your first office.
Yeah.
So what made you come to Addison Real Estate?
So that one's tricky just because I liked the place where it was. I liked the people there. But after a while, I've been in the business for, 2 years. But after a while, I felt like I needed something more when I was getting to a certain point where I was talking to a lot of people. I needed a better system. I needed maybe a different atmosphere too. I don't know. But I just felt like I was missing something. And then I was following Addison Real Estate for a while on Instagram and all the other platforms. And I was always curious, like, oh, I wonder what they offer. But since it was my first brokerage I was at before, I didn't know what it would entail for me to switch from one place to another. But when I finally came and started talking, I was just mind blown over everything, mind blown. And, the technology, just the people, the vibes, just everything, the culture was just so much different. And it was a no-brainer for that.
And you felt no ill will towards where you left. It was just you felt like there was better.
There was something
And
else.
that must have been a little bit of a hard decision.
It was very hard for me. It really was. I really liked where I was. I liked my broker. I liked the people there. It's just, I needed something more for me to succeed. That was it. But it was hard for me there.
Yeah.
To leave.
And then was leaving your brokerage easier or harder than you expected in terms of you just need to tell the broker I'm leaving and then that's it?
Emotionally, it was really hard. It really was.
Yeah.
But to make the switch, it was super easy. I wasn't expecting it to just be like, hey, I'm leaving. to like, hey, I'm coming with Addison Real Estate now. And it was just easy and quick and just that was it. I mean, I don't
Simple.
know
It
why
was
I
so
didn't.
easy, you don't
It
even know
was
how to
so
explain
easy.
it.
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it.
What were some of the biggest fears or doubts you had coming into the real estate industry?
Into the real estate industry. So when you're in school, they teach you all of these crazy things that you don't end up using. So I didn't really know what to expect because they don't tell you anything there. But once I started, I was very overwhelmed when I first started. I was very overwhelmed by all of the information that I didn't know, like the process and like the names of this, the names of that, and who's involved in every transaction. I was so lost at the very beginning. I was very overwhelmed. So, of course, after a while, I ended up getting it, but there's just so much I just didn't expect. I mean, I don't think I even thought about like what I was going to be doing and like how much it was going to take or whatever. I just went for it. And I mean, I love it. So I don't know, but it was hard at the beginning. That's all I know.
So did real estate school teach you how to be a realtor?
No. Nope. Not at all.
Nothing, yeah.
Nope.
Not at
It's
all.
just, I guess, a whole bunch of words and vocabulary that I'm supposed to know. That's it.
So why do you think joining the right brokerage is so important?
Oh, especially right off the bat, because there's so much to learn. There's so many different things and this and that. And, you don't want to get in trouble either. Yeah, if you're going to start somewhere and you're brand new, you know nothing, you have nobody that knows anything about real estate, you can get yourself in big trouble too. And if you start somewhere that will teach you how to become a good realtor, have a good system right off the bat, that's extremely important. Now, looking at it now. So it will make things so much easier, life so much easier if you just start at the right place.
Yeah.
With the right people.
What values or personal beliefs guide you every day when you're working?
Values or personal beliefs. So for me, it's my kids, my family. For me, I just, when I don't want to make a call, a hard call, or when I don't want to go do a showing, I always think like, well, what do I want for my family? What do I want for my kids? What do I want to teach them too? Because I don't want them to just think like, oh, okay, well, don't do the work or like things are going to come your way. So for me, it's just, that's what drives me, my family, my kids. Yeah.
So setting that example for them, even if they don't want to get into the real estate industry.
Even if they don't want to, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. My son wants to become an attorney now, a real estate attorney, so.
Well, he might be a fisherman. He was watching a lot of...
Well, there you go, yeah. Yep.
A professional bass fisher. As we saw, he was very excited earlier. I guess a deeper question, what experiences have you gone through in life that allow you to treat your clients the way you do?
When I bought my house 10 years ago, I went through a couple of realtors. We were young. I was 26. My husband was 28. And we went through a couple of realtors, and they just were very, I guess, not explaining how the process was. I didn't know anything either, neither did my husband. And it just felt very overwhelming. And then there was a point where, I don't remember where I met her, but we found a realtor who was the sweetest lady, very understanding, very thorough with everything. And, she just, I still to this day, I remember her just because of the way she was with us. Like she was just amazing.
Yeah.
And then from there, I said to myself, well, actually, when I became a realtor, I said, I want to be like that realtor. When, one day or whatever, I want to be understanding. I want to be there for my clients. I want to just be a good person all around, just because it's a big purchase. It's not you're going to the store and buying a t-shirt. You're buying a house. So I don't want to be that realtor that's going to be really very pushy with everything and, just not nice to be around.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she was my inspiration to be, I guess, a realtor and also be that kind of realtor.
I guess my next question would be, what's something about real estate that people don't tell you until you're like deep into it?
One, have patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just with anything that goes on in the transaction, but just like I guess making money too, because it doesn't just happen overnight. Like the show on the TV, it takes a lot of work. A lot of work.
It's not $1 million listing.
No, I wish. Yeah, I think that was one of the reasons why I went into real estate, because I was like, oh, I want to go sell $1 million house. Nope, doesn't happen. So yeah, I guess have a lot of patience, and you learn something every single day.
Have you ever thought about quitting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quitting the real estate industry?
Yep. On my 3rd month, on my 9th month, a little bit before I came here. Yeah, I thought about it. And I've cried because it was just so much. I did so much, but then nothing was happening. And then things would start coming into place, but I did, yeah.
Yeah. And what helped you step off the ledge and say, I'm going to stay in it just a little bit longer?
Because I put so much time and effort into it. And I like I tell my kids all the time, you do something, you're going to stick to it, you're going to do the best you can. And I didn't want to do that. Them knowing that I've been in it for, for this long, I didn't want to just be one day like, hey, I'm going to quit. No, I'm going to try to figure out how I can make it better. And that's why I made the switch too, because I was feeling into a point where I was getting stuck and I didn't know what else to do. And I knew that, well, I had a big feeling that coming here was going to open up so many more doors for me. So yeah, so thankfully I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of patience.
A little bit of patience, exactly, yeah.
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 And coming to Addison Real Estate, do you feel more confident in what you do on a day-to-day?
So weirdly enough, yes. I did go over my scripts, whatever you're supposed to be saying, not word by word, but just kind of, I guess, having it more flowy.
Yeah.
Whenever you're doing something. But I don't know what it was that once I came here, I just got so much more confident at what I was doing. When I'm talking to clients, I'm a little bit more, just the way I'm talking, I'm presenting myself more like an expert, and I don't know, it was just, it's a great thing, but it was just odd that I was like, all right, I made the switch. Now I'm all of a sudden I have this confidence, and then I feel like I can do anything.
Do you feel like that comes from the support you get here?
I think so, yes. I think that plays a huge part. The atmosphere, the support, just, yeah, the people. The people, I think, makes a huge difference.
A crazy bunch of agents.
Yeah, crazy bunch of agents. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think also the systems, too. It's just so much difference. It makes such a difference. It really does. Can't talk about it, but.
Do you feel like before you were just going from transaction to transaction, and maybe now slowly it's starting to feel like you're running a business with the systems?
Yep, exactly. Because now, thanks to you guys taught me how to also keep, more track of my everyday business activity. So I do have my calendar set up thanks to you guys. I have my CRM set up thanks to you guys, and it just made such a huge thing. Because sometimes you meet like 30 people over the weekend, and then you had a very nice conversation with somebody, and then you meet like 30, 40 more people during the week. You're going to forget who you talked to, or you're going to be like, oh my goodness, what did I talk about? So I feel like having a system already in place definitely does help with like just keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't expecting everyone to be so close, which is great, because I like talking to people. I like making friendships, and I think that that's what you guys have here, especially with the group chats going on. You guys say something silly and then start going off on that or telling a story on there. Yeah. So that's always fun, and I love that you guys do things together too. And even like here when we're doing something as a team, I feel like that's just really important. So amazing. I really like it here. Yeah.
And do you think having that true family environment has helped you become a better agent?
I think so. I think that's where I'm getting that confidence from, just because everyone's so supportive here. Everyone is like, oh yeah, you can do this. Like you can, this is how maybe something should be said, or maybe like this and that. Like there's always somebody willing to help. And I think that's why maybe I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna go out there, and if I make a mistake, I can come back and ask for help, and help is right there always.
Yeah. Do you think real estate is truly individual, or you need the help of the people around you?
When I first started, I thought it was more of a solo thing, solo agent type of thing. I guess you don't know what you don't know. And once I made the switch, I did notice that I was missing a lot, and I was, I think it's extremely important to have that community around you of people who understand what you're also going through, because not everybody understands your struggles as a realtor.
Yeah.
And I think it's just very important.
To anybody looking for a different brokerage, what would you say to them? If you were to just talk to them like one-on-one, going out for coffee, what would you say?
Well, I think that I thought about it for way too long to make the switch. I was looking at Addison Real Estate for, I think, since like August last year. So it's been a while. It was a while. I made the switch in February this year. And I always had that in the back of my head, like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to be there. I wonder, what they're doing. And I always saw the videos on Instagram, and I was like, oh man, that looks like fun. I want to be there. So thank goodness I ended up coming here to interview and see what you guys were doing. And it's just, I don't know, it was like an eye-opening moment for me of things that I was missing. And like I said, you don't know what you don't know. And I am so happy I came here that day, just because I don't know if I would have made the switch if I didn't. I just wish I would have done it sooner. That's all.